I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
What up,
Kickback, guys. JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome back to a pod named Kickback. I know we had some little technical difficulties there. Like, you was just here. Now y'all gone. What happened? What is it? Look, man, it's gonna be more situations like this if I let Trump get in office. So don't blame us. Blame Trump. God damn it. And as we get into this thing, man, I guess I will go ahead and introduce myself. I am No Breaks New, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. Shout out to the Igbo, Nigeria, 23andMe. Jeff. What up, Jack?
What's going on? This is Get Fit with Jack, your fitness and wellness coach. Look, y'all already see it's getting hot. You better hurry up and get your body right. Summer's right around the corner. Right around the corner. So hit me up, hit my DMs. I have a bunch of coaching packages for everybody. So just hit me up. Let's get started because you gotta get started sometime. Might as well start now.
Gotta unbig that back. Unbig that back.
Why not today? Straight to the point, J. Lou, man. Good to see y'all.
Yes, sir. Good to see you too, bro. Man. All right, let's just get right into it. Well, you know we got to talk about 50. What's going on with him and his baby mama, Diddy, and her involvement in that, and the house getting raided. We got new music by Beyonce, but no music from J. Cole or Drake. I want to talk about being our big ages and reestablishing social networks. Like, what happens when you lose a friend or a friend passes away or you start beefing with somebody? Then you got to rebuild that network. What does that look like? And have you ever thought of marrying conjoined twins?
No.
Yeah, a lot to talk about today. But I want to start, as always, with our mental health check-in, which is our high and low of the week.
Now, high, low. Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
My high, I'm enjoying this beautiful weather, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Pollen, minus the pollen, but I'm enjoying this weather. So y'all get out into the sun, get some vitamin D, go walk, go run, do something. My low, went to the strip club last night. Won't be back.
You say King of Diamonds. You blinked out a little bit, but I know you say King of Diamonds and you won't be back. Tell us why.
Well, first, got there about 10:30, so that's early, y'all, for strip clubs. At the door, it's going to be $40 each. I said, he said, oh, well, 21 Savage going to be here tonight. I said, tickets from me. I don't give a fuck about 21 Savage. Yeah, we about to go to Black. Oh, I could do 20. Bet you can. So then, people got 100 ones. They shorted them $20 after 100 ones. I haven't been to the club in a long time, so I don't know how things go now. But the $20 out of each of the ones, so they still make it seem like you have 100 ones. So if you don't pay attention, you just got $80 that you know. But the $20 go to the guy that we just talked to that's trying to get $40 at the door. Then the strippers. I want to see some wiggle, jiggle, some going up the pole. I don't want to just see gyrating, So I call it lazy. I like lazy stripping. Bartenders look better than the strippers and with working, so they save money on the bar. So
I mean, but that's like a New York thing where they call them star tenders, where the bartenders are the main attraction. You know what I'm saying?
they definitely.
But damn, that's a little. And Clarissa's talking about she needs some vitamin D. This isn't a sex podcast, Clarissa. Don't be talking about she wants some vitamin D. Or maybe she means sunlight. Oh, because it's the sun. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I just sort of like, whoa. I mean, we do have a kickback after dark. Oh shit.
Yeah.
J. Lou.
All the nice looking strippers were in the bathroom. So I'm just like, okay.
Why you ain't invite me in new?
I mean, it was a spur of the moment thing. So I know how. When I move just like that.
You coming up with us Friday?
Huh?
Are you coming with us Friday?
Might. It's still up in the air. I might.
Okay. J. Lou, man, what's your high? What's your low?
High low. What's the I got some stuff done with the car, so I had to get a whole bunch of stuff fixed. So having the means to do it, is always good. So I spent a couple hundred on that. Low, the pollen. I love the weather, but my allergies are horrible. So like I be like in a bad mood. Like I gotta really stay in for like the first couple weeks until my body get used to it. So you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. Just slow motion.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I got some highs and some lows. I'll give you a low to turn into a high. I told you I had some stories for y'all. So one is, my roommate has a what do you call it? A French bulldog, maybe. The real ugly dogs with the big faces. They don't run fast. They just kind of waddle. So I walked to the gas station. This was last weekend, I think, and I meant to bring it up last week, forgot. So I walked to the gas station, and as I'm leaving, I hear somebody go, come back, nigga, come back." And I'm like, I know they ain't talking to me. I'm ignoring it, like they ain't talking to me, but I keep hearing it, and it's being yelled in my direction. So I turn around, and there's a dog running towards me. I'm like, oh shit! And they're like, he not gonna bite you. He not gonna bite you. And I was like, oh, that's one of them dogs that my roommate got. I'm hip. And so I'm walking. I'm like, what if that was her? Nah. Why would he be at the gas station? Nah, it couldn't be. So I get back to the house, and I meant to tell her, I seen your dog, little doppelganger, little twin. But I forgot. I got back to work and was working and everything. And then she calls me like, hey, have you seen Bruno? Which is the dog. And I'm like, oh shit, yes. It's like, where is he? Is he with you? I saw him at the gas station. She's like, the gas station? And I'm like, if it was him, and I was like, and he ran up to me too. It probably, we gotta go. We gotta go and see if he's dead, So we go back, but the little kid kept saying the dog isn't gonna bite you. And he was calling the dog nigga, which was weird, but whatever. And I was like, so he didn't know what the dog's name was. In my mind, that's why he was calling him nigga. But like, how he know the dog wasn't gonna bite me? He was saying a whole lot of stuff. He's not gonna bite you, don't worry. So we go back to where the kids were, and they weren't there. So I'm like, they were walking this way. So let's go down this way. We go down. They said, well, let's circle back around that way. And I'm like, but the kids was walking down there. It's nothing down there. That's where they was going. So we circle back around to where the kids was. They make this turn right here because it was like either running into a school or going into a neighborhood. We turn, the very first house we see, the two little kids are playing with the dog. And she's like, Bruno! And I'm like, I saw you at the gas station with the dog, but I didn't expect that to be her dog. Because I would have said something then. And but anyway, Bruno's back home. All is well and good. But if we wouldn't have found him,
the dog.
Yeah. If we wouldn't have found him and I saw him and ignored it, I would have felt like shit.
Did the kid ever see the dog before?
I don't think so. Like, where would they have the opportunity? He's a house dog for real.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, when I guess they knew, they probably walked into him trying to lick him, and they was like, oh, it's a friendly dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this can be my new dog. You know, whatever they was thinking. But he's not a confrontational dog. He a big baby. He just want to lick your legs. Every time he lick my leg, I get whelps. I'm allergic to dogs. But yeah, so my future wife can't handle a dog. Hope Ashanti doesn't have a dog. Anyway, let's see. So that I guess that's a potential low. I'm gonna say
like you said, it was a low turn to a high.
Yeah, it was low turn to a high. And I'll just throw this out there for you guys. Y'all know I'm a huge Wizards fan, huge Cowboy fan, even though they both sorry as hell. But I have been invited to appear on the Wizards, the official NBA Locked On Wizards podcast this Thursday. Thursday coming up live at 8 p.m. on their YouTube channel. So I'm super happy about that, super stoked.
Congrats.
Thank you. Where my round of applause at, goddammit? Come on, Ryan. Clap for me. But I'm excited because I'm on Wizards Twitter. So Wizards Twitter is just a bunch of Wizards fans and of course some well-known pundits. And we just discuss the Wizards, what's going on with them. And they sorry, so nobody else is discussing them. It really just be us out of the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? So them invited me on. I'm just real happy about that. That's my high of the week because they watch this podcast. You know, they're fans of what we do, like I'm a fan of what they do. So it just feel good to go in there. Shout out to them. So make sure y'all watch me on there and don't be trying to challenge my sports opinions on Twitter and Facebook. I am him. Really like that. I really like that. I know sports. Yeah. Shout out to Curry Champion who also did the podcast a while ago. But now, man, without no further ado, let's get into this shit, man. Let's get right into it.
My left stroke just went viral.
Brother Love.
Is that what we're calling?
Well, Brother Hate. I don't know what to call him no more. Diddy. I'm going to give you guys that are tuned in just a brief summary of what's been going on, and then we'll tackle these one by one. Diddy's house was raided. The kids with their sons were put in handcuffs. It looked bad. His jet was seen in Antigua, so everybody assumed Diddy fled the country, but Diddy was in Miami taking his daughters on a trip, being held up at the airport. So that's another thing about the social media. You see something, oh, Diddy left the country, and everybody retweet it, and it becomes a fact. And in fact, he never left the damn state of Miami, or state of Florida, I should say. We got to talk about Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mother, and Young Miami being named as sex workers. We got and 50's commentary on that. I'll be sure made some comments, and then I want to end it with, are we boycotting Diddy? Like, is that what's really happening? And what does that mean? But going back to the house raiding, what did you guys think about the house being raided? Jackie, what was going through your mind when you saw the houses being raided? Like, did you think they were looking for something? You think they were planting something? Like,
they were doing both. On both. They have to. We're protecting our called them on to the.
Your connection kind of, you still chopping.
Yeah, your sound went in and out there.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Keep talking.
Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I had the phone set up. But anyway, I felt that, it was both. I think the higher ups sent them in to destroy, find, and plant.
Okay. I mean, I agree. I to an extent. I think because the whole thing about Lucian Grainge really being behind this. So is it a matter of them making Diddy the scapegoat? I think that is very true. I think that he's obviously done something. So whether he's the scapegoat or not, he's guilty in some regard. But I will say, well, before I say that, I didn't like seeing his sons in handcuffs. I didn't like seeing Like, what do you think was going to happen? It was the Homeland Security, which was created after 9/11, which is a whole nother organization we need to revisit if they still need to be here or not. But it just fucked me up that let's say he did have sex workers. You sending in like military trained people with automatic, like what did you think was gonna be waiting for you? I seen Charlamagne was like they was afraid. Nah, they just showed like they was afraid there was gonna be a bunch of men with hard dicks. I was like, whoa.
I think they were just sending a message by doing all that, by getting photos of the kids in handcuffs.
Yeah, and I'm not I don't know how Hove got born into this. Yo, it's Chris. We're gonna leave Hove out of this until we have a reason to put him in it. If he's guilty, then we'll have every opportunity to put him in it. But right now, we're gonna leave him out. And I mean, it don't mean Suge not a monster just because Diddy apparently is one. It don't mean Suge not. I
mean, there's a lot of monsters out here. I mean, they collectively obviously hang together.
Yeah. Now, J. Lou, what were you thinking when you saw this shit going on, man? I know you don't like Diddy no way, but what was going through your mind?
I don't not like him. It's just, you know, as a man, I don't hold him in the highest regard.
Respect. Well, none of us do now.
Yeah, but I didn't for a long time. I thought, obviously, like you, I thought the optics of putting the kids in handcuffs, I didn't think they posed a threat. So, you know, I was a little, you know, shaky about that. You know, that's their protocol. I understand it, but I just didn't feel like they posed a threat. I think all this started with the Cassie stuff. I think a lot of people started coming out of the woodworks and saying crazy stuff. So I think it could be what Jack say. I think it could be like the police, you know what I'm saying, the government, they felt like they've been basically punked all this time. So let's you know, now let's seem tough by going in here and getting it out the way, even though the shit been going on for 30 damn years. So, you know, it could be, I think it's probably a little bit of both. I don't know what to take from it, just because a lot of it's coming from, you know what I'm saying, you know, who it's coming from. I think there's probably a lot of truth in there, but it might be a couple sporadic lies. And, you know, when you throw a couple sporadic lies in it, you know, I think it gives people's lawyers and things like that, you know what I'm saying, a scapegoat and a way out. So, you know, I think they kind of, you know, I don't know if it's a scare tactic or what, but yeah, I never held him in high regard anyway. So, you know, whatever they said, he did.
He did that shit. What he said he did?
At least about 80% of that shit he did.
I can't defend him. I don't have anything to say to. Only thing I can say, two things. One, when I am very aware that once he filed his lawsuit against the AGO liquor that houses his Ciroc and DeLeon tequila, once he said they were being racist, once he said they had racist practices, the books weren't adding up right, they were favoring George Clooney's Casamigos over what he was doing, wasn't giving him marketing dollars. He filed that lawsuit on like a Monday. On that Thursday, Cassie dropped her lawsuit or filed her lawsuit. So it's very conspicuous timing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make this like Diddy was about to buy NBC and they got him. You know, I don't quite think that. But it makes you think. It's some curious timing around that shit.
Okay, so it was okay. I didn't know. I thought the lawsuit was like way before the Cassie stuff came out. Well, I remember him talking about it on a couple of interviews a while back. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, he was talking about some people cry, like, you know what I'm saying, him can't, like, certain people run to the black media and black community when they need certain support, but they not there, you know what I'm saying, prior. So, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't know what to take from.
Yeah, I know he had been complaining about it, but when they had a court date, when the court date was set, like they're going to go to court in March 20th, 3-4 days later, Cassie showed up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know. But he had been complaining. And I'm going to throw Diddy a little bit of bail because he's a Howard University alum like I am. HU, you know, I pay attention to what he does. Diddy be in the community, dog. Like, we ain't going to paint him like he not. Like, Diddy be giving money back, giving books back, food. He did the voter dive registration campaign. He does something. I can't. He gave $1 million to Howard University 2 years ago.
But is he genuinely doing that, or is he doing that because he wants to cover something else up?
See, I think that we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like me, what do I think from what I know of Diddy? He went to Howard. He's always at Howard. He's always giving back. Giving $1 million up, at this one juncture was probably his biggest donation, but he's been donating and giving shit back to Howard for 30 years. Do we want to say that this one time he was faking? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't have to villainize every aspect of him because of this. Like Bill Cosby did a lot to give back. Bill Cosby did a lot to give positive images of black people on TV. He did a lot to give black people opportunities. He also was drugging bitches.
Right.
So, but we can't dismiss all of his good and hold him up to only his bad. And that's
no, we can't dismiss it, but I look at it just like the movie Paid in Full. Everything ran smoothly for them because everybody was eating in the hood. So they could sell their drugs, they could do whatever they wanted to because everybody was making money. As soon as somebody had an issue, it wasn't making money, they started having issues. So with Diddy, it's like, yeah, and I'm sure there's some things that he did generously have to do, but I think there was something that he was told to do as well.
I mean, I disagree, but I wasn't there, you wasn't there, so neither one of us knows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not going to act like I'm right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be very well true. And that leads me to my next point is, and I know majority of these black men were guilty and deserved to have what happened to them happen.
Right.
I am not excusing the behavior. I would never excuse the behavior. I love women. I love black women. And I don't mean I love black pussy. I mean, I love the woman. Oh, I love the pussy too. But I love the woman. I love black women. You know what I'm saying? Some of my best friends are black women. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, like I love women. So I'm a defender of women. I don't, fuck all that shit. They're like, I don't love them hoes. Nope, I do. I do. I love them. I love all of them. Yes, I do. That's who I am. But it drives me crazy. And I think it's a trauma response. To see, I remember the old buck breaking days where they would take the strongest black male slave that could fight back or that was considered a leader, and they would just beat him and break him down into tears in front of everybody else. So everybody would know even the strong one got fucked up. So y'all little motherfuckers better shut the fuck up. And I look like what they did to, Bill Cosby, Diddy, and countless others, even if they were wrong, they still did the practice of buck breaking them. Putting it on every TV channel, every radio station, every blog, every podcast. And it hurts me so much to see black men publicly destroyed. Not that they shouldn't be, not that Diddy should walk away innocent. And if he's guilty, I'm not saying none of that shit. If he's guilty, lock his ass up forever. You know what I'm saying? If he's guilty of all this shit, probably more needs to happen than just being locked up.
Right.
If he's guilty of all this shit. But I just hate to see it, man. Like, I hate looking on TV and them tearing people down. And they be doing shit with bait. Like, we don't know that Young Miami or Daphne Joy were sex workers that were trafficking drugs. We don't know that. This little dude, Lil Ross, said it. And now that's another thing on his jacket. As a black man, when you get some bullshit in your jacket, it's hard to get it off. You know what I'm saying? A rumor on your jacket will stick with you for the rest of your fucking life, especially for a straight black man. So I'm not excusing Diddy. I wasn't there. I do personally think he did a considerable amount of that shit. I just do. They've convinced me of that. But it's just like, God damn, I hate seeing it. Like, we only had 3 black billionaires out of hip hop, which I consider our generation, our culture. It was Diddy, Kanye, and Hove. We only got 3. You saw what they did to Kanye, whether it was because he was anti-Semitic or not, no matter if it, I'm not excusing any behaviors. I'm just speaking of having the trauma of watching it. The trauma of watching a black man get destroyed on TV. I'm sick of seeing it. We saw them do it to Kanye. Shout out to Kanye. I'm not a Kanye fan, but shout out to Kanye. Kanye said, I'm the only person that's been canceled that came back in a #1 album. I'm him. And I was like, well, shit.
Right.
I guess you are him, motherfucker. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
To piggyback on what you said, I agree with a lot of it, but I think a lot of it is on us. Like even the three that you missed, the three that you mentioned, the Hove, the Diddy, Kanye, it got, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot more black billionaires. We do. That's the only ones we pay attention to. Look at Robert Johnson, who paid for a whole class's tuition at an HBCU. Look at people.
I was at that graduation when he said it. I was there.
Yeah, I was there too. My cousin graduated that year. Look at the Peebles who from where we from in DC, who's probably one of the richest real estate developers. Real estate developers in the world, let alone a black person. I think a lot of times what we do is we glorifying the wrong, you know what I'm saying, the worst people, and then we make it celebrity and attention seeking. So it's like it's so much attention that we bring into it. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of it's on us. You know what I'm saying? As the black culture, it's like that's what we. It's like we live and yearn for it, and you know what I'm saying. And obviously it's hurtful to see because you look at it like a black man. It's like, oh my God, another one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you know what I'm saying. So it just hurts in that way. But I think we gotta get to the point where we looking at more of us and understand we just not the Hoes, the Diddys, the Kanyes. Is a whole bunch of more, you know what I'm saying, more of us is doing it, you know what I'm saying, they're doing it in a good way. Don't have type of shit on their jacket, raising great families, you know what I'm saying, doing great things in the community. You know what I'm saying? They just not bragging or holding up a big ass sign for, you know what I'm saying they did it. You know what I'm saying? So I think we gotta look at that. So we gotta look in the mirror sometimes at that as well.
I think you're 100% correct. The only reason, as a nigga that rapped for 20 years, my heroes weren't gonna be real estate developers. My heroes was gonna be rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I wanted to be.
They all from around the way.
Yeah, but they aren't as publicly accessible as a celebrity is. Now, you can say that, don't be so lazy. Do more research. Seek them out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the lesson there is we should seek them out. But me personally, my heroes are going to look like me because I want to be me in the world. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a real estate developer. I was a rapper that sold drugs and tried to fuck all the bad bitches. I'm not looking up I wanted to see me. Like, remember one time we was talking about Kevin Gates and I was saying seeing him on interviews is like seeing myself. Because you got a dude that's got all the righteous shit he want to talk. You talk a little bit of street shit. You can talk some freaky extra shit that nobody else want to talk about. I want to see me when I turn on TV. I want my heroes to look like me. And not just look like me, but have my personality and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Pushback is I wouldn't look at him as a hero, though.
I mean, I disagree with you. And I think that's...
I don't think you should, and it's no disrespect. I don't think you should put nobody in hero terms that you don't know. Like that you don't know. Like, because the thing is, when I look at your heroes, I in my head, I got your heroes, right? Who I feel like your heroes are. And now there's other influences, examples, and whether it's in the arts, in the music, in the business, all that stuff. But your heroes, I don't see them niggas as your heroes. Like, I understand what you're saying. In full transparency, I look at your Unjoyce as a hero, right? Mm-hmm. I look at you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, the Five as a hero. So to me, I think it's disrespectful to put them niggas in their hero. Sorry, this is my jump. I think it's disrespectful to put them, the Apple Joint, to put them in the same, like, I'm like, them niggas can be influences on certain aspects. I think we you know what I'm saying, we pull them too much and too close to us. Like them niggas, they do music, movies, business, and not heroes. Because if we put them at heroes, I think it fucks us up when we see this shit happen. If you just saw them for what they were, if you saw them for what they was, you like, hey, man, the nigga can sing, but he's fucked up. I can, you know what I'm saying, and that's where you coming from, right? That's what you're saying they are, and I'm like, I agree with you, but I'm like, nah, nigga, we can't never put them niggas on no heroes. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the shit that they did. I mean,
but that's because we didn't know that shit. But like, look at Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons
do that shit for 30 years.
Right, well,
we have no
real talk. But like, if you look at like Russell Simmons, like he did Def Comedy Jam. He started Def Jam Records. He did that poetry jam. We started a clothing line, Fat Farm. I never wore not one piece of Fat Farm. but I respected the fuck out of the fact that he made it. I just didn't dress like that. We was in DC, I wasn't wearing that shit. That was Bama shit to me. But
same thing with football. Like I was a big
the fact-
David Dunn guy. You know what I'm saying? But but I just ain't wearing certain stuff.
Oh, I was wearing
Right.
that.
But I still
big
respected what he did.
Yeah, you like the kind that had the little bubble baby fat jacket with a little fat butt sticking out. You was one of them.
Yeah,
I know.
Everybody saw the documentary.
You be seeing that freak Nick. We saw you, freak Nick, standing next to Meech. We saw you. We saw you.
We seen it.
I think that, and this is something. Damn. All right, I don't want to get too deep, but I think this is why we have different views on this, J. Lou, and I think this is
Okay.
a powerful moment right here.
Okay.
There was no male hero in my house. So my heroes was at first the drug dealers in my neighborhood, my older cousins, and then the rappers that I could identify with. You know what I'm saying? Because one, like, it's so weird to be in a place where you're like I was in DC in the 80s, a child. I wanted to rap. Being a rapper in DC in the 80s meant you was a Bama. Like, it wasn't a cool thing to do. You either wanted to be in the go-go band or sell drugs. Like, you want to rap? Did you corny New York ass want to be a nigga? Rap was still new. And so it wasn't a thing that people applauded or championed. And these rappers, like Tupac, for example, he didn't have a relationship with his father. And he made songs about that. And it was something that touched my heart because I ain't know my father neither. So it's kind of like, it was they were reaching me on a level nobody else could, and they became idols and heroes. Now Diddy specifically, I never listened to fucking Diddy music, but I knew he went to Howard. I knew he started a record label, and I knew he became a mini Russell Simmons, as I would call him. He became like a mogul. He became a billionaire. If you can't, who I am, I can find value in a man coming from the ghetto, no father, no nothing, and becoming a billionaire. I find value in that.
No,
now, if you break down his personality and all this shit, we see, I don't know, Diddy. But when you just look at it on the surface, all these businesses he have, all the things he did to give back to black people, all the black people he employed, he was broke, went to Howard, dropped out, became a billionaire. What's going to be my example? I went to Howard, dropped out, and started rapping and hustling. Who going to be? Kanye was a college dropout. So for a minute, I was like, me too, nigga. I dropped out too. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, I went to the same school as this dude. I threw the same parties. Like, they were in my lane. You know, some of those other amazing black men you mentioned, they weren't in my lane. I'm not disrespecting them. And now that I'm older, I look to them more. Because I'm about to be 50 in a couple of years. I'm not looking to no rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a child no more. But when I was a child, I looked up to people like Diddy and Tupac and Jay-Z, and you know what I'm saying? That's who I looked up to, LL Cool J. But I'm working on something different now. So you're right, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like showing a different side.
No. I agree 100% with your side. And I'm not saying, the thing is, I'm saying hero and example. Look, everybody should look at them in certain aspects. If you want to look at marketing, definitely look at him. If you want to look at business, all of them is, you know what I'm saying, great business people. If you want to look at some of the best business people, they was on the same corners. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. It's just the glorification and making them heroes. A lot of those individuals, and this is my issue, they came from the same area. So it made sense for them to do it. What happens now is we got people glorifying where they came from, and they not from there. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, so when I see like why the black family was so bad for a certain amount of time, is because I think we looked at the wrong examples. You know what I'm saying? We glorified the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The wrong values, the wrong people, what they instilled. You know what I'm saying? What they pushed out. That's what I'm saying. So now I think you can take and another thing is, I think you can learn from anybody through failure or success. Like, my father told me more in his failures than he ever did in his successes. My father always, and the best thing my father ever told me was like, hey, let me tell you where I fucked. You know what I'm saying? He talked to me different. He's like, let me tell you where I fucked up so you don't do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So you can learn from people's mistakes and become better from it. I think sometimes we learning and trying to imitate it. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of fucking up people's, you know, thought process and how we you know what I'm saying, we looking at certain things.
Real quick, and Jackie, I want you to jump in. I think that I compartmentalize.
Okay.
Diddy was like my business rapper, entertainment hero. He wasn't my hero for who my identity should be. He wasn't my hero for how I want to treat the world. That's Malcolm X. That's Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? That's Farrakhan. You know, that is Aunt Joyce. You know what I'm saying? Smee's Father Horace. You know what I'm saying? My heroes for who I want to be as on the inside is different people. My hero for how I want to fuck with the music industry, that was Jay-Z, that was Tupac, that was so they were heroes, but they weren't heroes as far as character. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So all right, our definition on heroes is a little bit different.
Yeah, because I never wanted to live my life as Diddy lived. I never wanted to love my children like Diddy does. I never wanted to treat my woman like Diddy did. I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be a billionaire like Diddy. I wanted to have influence over hip-hop culture like Diddy. But not, I didn't want to be the kind of man Diddy was even before this shit. I didn't want to be, because I always thought Diddy was kind of soft. So I don't want to, my hero can't be soft.
And mine was Russell, you know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons, Dame, Diddy fell off, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. And then obviously Russell had fell off, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, with certain stuff like, you know, and a lot of it kind of geared from me growing up in a house, you know what I'm saying, you know, not all women, but a house of women. Like when you love your sisters a certain way, you understand that certain people, you know what I'm saying, you can't be cool with. You know what I'm saying? Certain people, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, I can't be cool with certain people if they do certain things. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is because it goes against what I value. So nah, look, and I still think they was great business people. Like Def Comedy, Def Poetry Jam, them shows was all classics to me, all big. Yep. I had Russell Simmons.
They just had vices.
Yeah, Russell Simmons was like the first book I read.
Was it Do You, Joe?
Yeah, that was the first book
I got that book and had him signed. I met him up at PG Mall. But that's a long story. But I called up PGC and had Rain, the radio host, was like, oh, that's the mayor. Like, he's the mayor of DC. He do this, he do that. He be helping out with the kids in the inner city. He do his music. And Russ was like, man, I'm very proud of you, man. I love this shit. I was like, I'm coming to downtown locker room. You will meet me in about an hour. He was like, all right, but come on. I went up there with my little portable DVD player, played them 2 or 3 of my music videos, sat down and rapped, and was working on getting a deal. Obviously, I never got the deal. But I had those conversations, and it meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a story that I'm not going to not tell because of what he went through. He was still the biggest mogul in hip-hop history, and he still took time to attempt to sign me. I appreciate it. But, Jackie, you got to jump in here. We got to hear the ladies' perspective.
Just like R. Kelly, I still play R. Kelly music. I'm never going to take what somebody does or their downfalls or their vices or their trauma, how they deal with trauma certain ways away from their talent. You know, they're talented regardless. So we weren't thinking about that when we were bumping music back in the day. We weren't thinking, we knew like it was like an underlying secret. We knew what was going on with Aaliyah. We knew what was going on in the industry. We heard about the stories about Aaron Hall. We heard about all these stories about, you know, these parties and all of that. We just didn't just glorify it and have a spotlight on it because we didn't have social media. Now that we have social media, it has more attention. People can research things. People can put their opinions out. People can do whatever, you know, switch things up. So, but I'm not the boycott type of person. I'm just not that way. I'm not going to boycott somebody when, you know, talent is talent. I mean, you can't take away that person's talent just because they had a downfall or they're dealing with the issue and for me, I always look at, like with R. Kelly's situation, like he had a fucked up life. Like, honestly, you know, getting raped by all your family members, male and female. You tell your mom, she don't believe you. Like, it's a lot. And then people are picking on you because you can't read or write. Then you finally get some money. And guess what? In my mind, I'm thinking that he was thinking, I'm finna go back to these high school and show these bitches that I got money now. And it went from there. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Michael Jackson. He never had a childhood. So guess what? When he got grown, what did he want? A theme park. animals, play with some kids. So I think sometimes, and it's not excusing anything that they've done at all. But for me, I always like to see the understanding of how did you get here? What happened? What made you go this route? Is it a behavior? Is it something that happened to you? Is it something you can fix? Can therapy fix it? I think a lot of these jails need to have therapists in these jails, and it needs to be mandatory that they have to go to therapy every week, at least. Okay, I'm done. Let me get off my soapbox.
But I agree. I agree with what you're saying. Ultimately, I want to ask y'all a question. And I think this is kind of where cancel culture meets, like, what the fuck? So I don't listen to R. Kelly. He is no longer quote unquote banned to me. He was banned. I wouldn't play his music on my podcast. In the early years of the show, before it was even a podcast, we would do 5 songs a week to break up the show with like internet radio. And those 5 songs would be, next week we're gonna do the 5 best breakup songs. And we played them throughout the show. Mm-hmm. And one week we did the 5 best sex songs. And we let the audience vote. And everybody kept trying to put R. Kelly songs on there because, of course, R. Kelly. And I was like, we're not putting no R. Kelly. And JB was like, if they keep voting for it, now that I'm saying that on my principle, no R. Kelly. And I explained it before we did that episode, like, look, everybody, I know a lot of votes came in for R. Kelly, but I'm not playing no R. Kelly on my show. So, sorry. We're going to get the 5 best songs without R. Kelly on them. Because that's just where I stand. And a dude I know put on Facebook, all y'all people that banned R. Kelly, don't listen to R. Kelly. Y'all can't listen no more Diddy no more. Diddy did Biggie beats, Jay-Z beats, so you can't listen to none of that no more. And I was like, 1, no, shut the fuck up. You make no sense. 2, Diddy wasn't writing the lyrics. Like when I listen to an R. Kelly song, because as we all know, I'm a freaky motherfucker. So sex songs are like my favorite songs in the world. You never would have guessed, Andre Lou.
I don't know that shit had shit to do with me.
Right. So I'm like, it was a thing to take R. Kelly out of my musical discography because I love sex music. So it was a thing. But I was like, he's singing to underage girls that he was raping and torturing. I can't listen. And so the dude said to me that pissed me off. And I thought, wow, this is archaic. He was like, well, do you listen to Luther Vandross or Freddie Jackson or Frank Ocean? Because they were singing to men. And I was like, well, 1, being gay isn't a crime. Being gay it's just they gay. They're not hurting anybody. And they were singing and they were raping people and torturing people and leaving and pissing on them and leaving them in dungeons and shit, then I would have an issue with it. But just the fact that somebody is gay and me saying I can still listen to their music, that's because I'm a fucking functioning, thinking adult. Like, and they also use pronouns of women. She, my girl. So he's not now a song where a dude is singing to a dude like, I love your shoulders, bro. I can't listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that shit. But you know what I'm saying? They singing the girls. I'm like,
he said he got broad shoulders, huh?
Yeah, I can't rock with it. He was like, oh, you listen to R. Kelly, you think about little girls. I was like, no, I don't. Like, this is stupid. And then I was like, just like when Luther Vandross sings, I don't think about men. But what I do think about when I hear R. Kelly is all the stories of abuse. He was writing these songs for these little girls and then fucking them, fucking them is bad because they're underage, but it's worse because he was raping them and torturing them. So I can't get jiggy with that shit. But he tried to equate it to like gay singers. I was like, that's a false equivalence. You can't equate the two.
You can't equate that. But at the same time, I do see his point as far as his not about the gay, the gay stuff, but about like Diddy and all that. Because I mean, if we listen to a lot of the songs back in the day, y'all, even now, BBD, backstage, underage,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross. I put a Mickey in a drink. She ain't even know it. I mean, we talk about it, but we still listen to their music. They doing the same things, just not with young girls. I mean, it might be with women or whoever, but you're still promoting sexual assault, doing things that people are not aware of. So I think if we really gonna boycott, we ain't gonna have no music listen to.
That was JB argument. No, we keep boycotting shit. We ain't gonna have no movies to watch and no music to listen to. And that's how he won me over to stop, quote unquote, banning R. Kelly. I don't listen to him in my personal time, but like real talk. Let's say we was all at Jackie house hanging out, grilling on the barbecue, and an R. Kelly song came on. I would literally go to him and say, "Look, no disrespect, but I'd appreciate it if you skip that song." Like that's how.
Is it certain? So you say I don't do none of his songs, not just like the ones that is descriptive. You know what I'm saying? Descriptive in Young Woman. You just say none of them.
I just don't do none of them because he a piece of shit to me. But
okay,
I have listened to R. Kelly's music from that episode I did where I said I was banning him. Mm-hmm. So that was maybe 10, 11 years ago. I have listened to his music since then. I have actually sat down and go, what's going to happen if I hit play? And I hit play like, am I going to melt? Am I going to blow up? And I'm listening like, it's fucked up that you did this because I really did like your music. It wasn't like I wasn't a fan. I was a fan. So it hit me different. Like, I could boycott some shit I don't listen to. That's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
You know, boycotting Elvis, I don't listen to that nigga no way. But I actually was a fan. So to boycott R. Kelly, it felt the way. It didn't hurt. I ain't gonna go that strong. But I was definitely depriving myself of something I liked. You know what I'm saying? But I just was standing on my principle, like, I can't do this shit. But after we did that, I actually put 2 of his songs on my sex playlist. So this is maybe 2014, 13. And I think I was cool with it for a couple months, and then I took it off, and I was like, I can't do it. Like I'm not even trying to prove a point. Me, myself, alone in my room, I can't listen to this shit. So it wasn't even like I was being, I'm a super righteous guy. When I'm by myself, I can't listen to it. So I'm like, it's something about what he did that hit me that strong.
Yeah.
Like I ain't trying to be super righteous, dude. It just
respectfully, use at my barbecue. I'd be like, bro, go use the bathroom and go fix us some shots. Over with.
but you know what I do?
And I be in my house telling me what to play.
Right. You know the hypocrisy I see? Now I don't watch it because I don't know what channel come on, but I would watch Different World. I would even watch the Cosby Show. I would. I'm not even lying. I would watch it. Mm-hmm. But I think that the logic where you have to cancel everything they ever did, in that regard, we can't listen to Aaliyah music no more.
Right.
Even though R. Kelly abused her, we can't listen to her music because he produced it. Right. According to that logic, we can't even listen to Cassie music no more, even though she's the victim because Diddy produced it. Mm-hmm. So it's like a dumbass logic. I think that at this point, with everything we're learning about actors, singers, directors, we got to separate the body of work from the person. Yes. If you can. And if you can't, then don't. But I think a general rule going forward now, we got to separate it or try to. But the only thing that bothers me about that is when niggas be like, I'm going to listen to R. Kelly anyway. He the best. And it's like, you ain't got to be saying that with your chest.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that. Because you know why people aren't listening.
I can understand both sides. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? At that point, look, I don't got to be disrespectful in my disagreement with your stance if I disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where, and I think that's where it falls.
Yeah. I don't care who he rate. I'm going to still listen. Like, whoa, like, why are you even saying that?
Like that.
Yeah. Chill. Some, ain't gonna lie. Some dudes, they ain't gonna dudes do they just to argue a different point. That's what, shorty. I didn't stop following so many things on social media. I felt like I was like, hold on, man, maybe I'm doing too much negative shit. I'm looking at too much negative shit or something. But I just started unfollowing shit though. You start 2-3 negative posts in a row, man, I'm unfollowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all So I'm like, that's how I'm like, look, I'm cutting it out. Either that or I'm gonna cut off the whole social media. So I'm like, look, I need to fix my algorithm.
And these days,
Facts.
people just to get clout, just to get likes, just to get engagement. So
Yeah. See, that's why I don't believe a lot of it too, though, because I just feel like people be lying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when Nubi telling me they argue, I'm like, they just trying to argue the opposite. Whatever you say, they just trying to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, let me go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man.
Oh, why should we support black women? You get engagement.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what we talk. Yeah, I'm like, come on.
What's up, man? What y'all think about 50? Go talk about his baby mama like that, man. Like, look, you little sex worker.
What a lot of people don't know is she was with Diddy first, then got with 50, had a baby, then got back with Diddy.
Now, I did not know that. I
Yeah,
thought that was
I
50 work that Diddy scooped up later.
She's known Diddy for years.
Ooh.
Yes.
The plot thickens.
It was like a, tennis ball back and forth.
The industry, they all fuck the same girls. I'm trying so hard to give me a girl nobody, well, not that nobody fuck. The nobody I know fuck, nobody in the industry fuck. Because this shit crazy. They really just be they be switching, swapping girls back and forth. That shit is disgusting.
I felt like Diddy a funny motherfucker. Diddy, he a funny motherfucker. I give him that though. He an entertaining motherfucker though. Like all this shit was funny. Obviously he's probably a little butthurt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You hit my baby mother. You know what I'm saying?
He said 50. 50 a funny motherfucker.
He probably felt the way. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, 50 always said funny stuff about Diddy. So I'm like, I don't know if it's just that, but now that you tell me that she messed with Diddy first, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that was a reason, but I don't know, man. They just 50 just a funny motherfucker.
Get out here act the same way as female. Okay, you had my girl. Yeah, I got your girl, and I'm gonna get this bitch pregnant. Are you gonna get her pregnant?
I was laughing when he said, I'm going to he going to get custody though. I said, I want to see how that's gonna play out. He said, nah. He said,
right.
You Lil Sex Worker, I'm going to get custody.
You see what he said, that she had moved back close to him because she was trying to have another baby with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should have never made that song, Have a Baby by Me, Baby, Be a Millionaire, Be a Millionaire. You should have never wrote that song. Women stop going. Maybe. What if I had two?
But I'm sure 50 Cent. I'm loving the memes. I'm loving everything that he's doing. It's hilarious. If he does, Diddy is setting it up for all the promotion. Everybody gonna be watching it because they know he's funny and trying to see how he do it. So I'm all for it. I know a lot of people be like, oh, we shouldn't do down a black man. Fuck that. If the shoe fits, it was fit, then that's what you get. Like I mean, that's what you get. It's not about I don't care if you black, purple, blue, pink. If you did what you did, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because you are damaging people mentally for years. Nope, I'm not getting off your man, Randy. Fuck him.
Who Diddy?
He wasn't supporting all these black boys. He was destroying these black boys. So why should we support him as a black man? Like, come on.
I'm having a hard time taking it seriously throughout all of this shit. I'll be sure. Now, he done made a post talking about, I'm your biological father, come home, and all this shit. And I'm just like, man, call your son. Text him.
That was extra.
Do something. You know what I'm saying? And then he tagged his podcast in the post.
And then podcast?
Yeah, I guess I'll be still got a podcast now.
And then he came back and said, oh, but I text and talk to my son every day. Okay, so if you do that, then why did you get on social media?
Right. And my thing, I think Randy missed my earlier soliloquy when I was talking about how it feels to see a black man being torn down repeatedly, or several black men torn down repeatedly. We didn't address that and kind of spoke on that for real. But now we're at the point of final thoughts on this. How y'all think this shit gonna turn out?
What?
Jackie, how does this Diddy shit end?
His downfall, followed by Jay-Z's downfall, followed by
Why y'all keep throwing Jay-Z in this shit?
why not?
Why do it? You ain't throw no black woman in it. Why you throwing Jay-Z in it?
Why would I throw a black woman when there's no black woman doing stuff like they doing?
How you know?
I mean, at the time, what we're talking about right now, I'm sure there are women. There's criminals everywhere. There's monsters everywhere. But you asked me,
Man, leave Jay-Z out of this. If he's involved, his time will come. We're not going by that little white psychic lady you like. Jay-Z is innocent until proven guilty.
No, they've been telling y'all your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Okay.
What
I don't care what they've been telling me. Fuck them.
Jay-Z.
Huh?
I didn't know they said nothing about Jay-Z.
This little white bitch keeps saying Jay-Z next. And she a psychic or some shit. So everybody be believing. I don't fuck with that bitch.
Y'all look at
Jay-Z? Jay-Z quiet. Why he ain't supporting this?
What he supposed to say?
The same way Murray J quiet, Jack.
Yeah, why ain't you talking about Mary J. Blige? And we know Mary J. fucked Danny Boy when he was 16.
And also, we know that she was pregnant by Diddy, so she's gonna stay the fuck quiet.
Yeah.
They was all fucking
Why you mention Jay-Z and ain't mention Murray J, Jackie? That's what I'm saying.
Talk about it, Jackie.
I believe too quiet too. Also, I don't like Campbell. I think she's part of sex trafficking too.
Who?
Naomi Campbell.
Okay, I'll give you that. You missing a black woman. I'll give you that. Okay, cool. Maybe she is. We'll deal with Naomi Campbell and fucking Diddy today. We'll deal with Jay-Z at a later date. Damn it. We ain't destroying all my heroes, goddamn it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Y'all come for one more black man. I'm tearing this whole shit down. I'm
gonna give you a famous quote from a famous movie. Okay. You need to get off his nutsack. I'm gonna give you a famous quote from a famous podcaster. If you hate black men, just say that. Let me take off my glasses so you can see what I'm saying. Oh, these are a little more difficult to put back on. My old glasses, I can just fish them back on. This one I gotta.
You gotta go to the side.
Eat some KY jelly or something. All right. Having said that, let's get up out of here, man. Because if we keep talking about this shit, Jackie gonna have Jay-Z and all other black men in jail too.
Very black brother.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, I feel like we need some transition, but I don't have anything to play.
I told y'all so. I want y'all to go back to this interview, okay? This podcast. I told you so, okay?
Yeah, I ain't about to listen to
you see this shit? You see this shit, J. Lou? You see this shit? God damn it. Now, something I do want to talk to you guys about is something I found myself in the midst of. Rebuilding social networks at our current ages, and like, what does that really look like? At this point, I have just lost a couple of friends, lost people I was cool with, just not on the same page no more. This version of New does not want that version of you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course, lost my best friend JB, rest in peace, bro, love you to death. The end of last year. And now I'm kind of like rebuilding my social network. Like, I would have kickbacks and hangouts every week. I had a network of 15, 20 people. We were all always doing shit, always going out, always hanging out. And I've been kind of retreated once starting a new business, as both of y'all entrepreneurs know. When you start a new business, you got to head down. I get with you when I get with you. And now I'm just starting to peek my head out a little bit, like, I think I want to do some shit. Who want to go? Anybody want to go? Like, have you been in a position where you had to rebuild your social network, like around this age? And what did that look like for y'all? Or if you're doing it now, what does it look like for you now?
It looks very peaceful.
Cut
out. I mean, when, like you said, when you're an entrepreneur, you zone in and you cut out a lot of noise, and that's the best thing, and that's the best way to be. But sometimes in cutting out a lot of noise, people get cut themselves off because they don't understand why you're so zoned in and why you don't have time for them, and why you're doing this and why you can't, things aren't the way it used to be, and why aren't you the same person that you were. So it's very challenging if you're not in tune with yourself and you're not pouring back into yourself through physical exercise, through mental wellness, just taking time out for yourself, just being in tune with your self-worth and building your self-worth and your confidence. People can take your time. They can steal your time away, and before you know it, you're supposed to have been doing this, but you were so wrapped up with this person, this relationship, or this, that, and that. So when you're zoned in, sometimes people call you selfish. Sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes people, tear down your dreams if you tell them enough, So, but for me, it's been challenging but peaceful because I keep that as my priority, and as long as I do that, I always make it through. I always have a solution. I always find the right advice and words. So I don't play too much into what people say. Things roll off my shoulders. I don't get bothered by a lot of things. If you don't like it, that's cool. That's your opinion. We don't have to agree, but that's not going to interrupt what I got going on.
How do you meet people?
How do I meet people?
Well, not just you, but what are ways you think people can meet people?
I meet people every day, like going to the grocery store, gonna get gas, going to events. If you're, whatever your field is, you definitely want to surround yourself with those type of like-minded people and go to their events, support them, because then they'll support you. But you meet other people like yourself, so y'all can build together, y'all can do things together. But right now, I'm not the type of person to be going out to look for anything. I just let things come to me.
That's what she said.
I'm a homebody. So, a lot of people be like, oh, if you're a homebody, you can't meet nobody. That's a lie, because whatever is for you is going to come to you regardless of what you are. So.
Okay. J. Lou, what's your thoughts on that?
I think as you get older, you learn to it don't take as much time with certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to cancel certain things out, you know what I'm saying, a lot quicker. And you don't need much. Like, I don't, I'm be honest, like, I can enjoy my alone time. You know what I'm saying? Too. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I'm not pressing it either. You know what I'm saying? But like Jack say, trying to, you know what I'm saying, meet people with like-minded individuals. I like to think I got a good circle. And I speak a lot about finding the right people in your circle with the right values. I think some of the values that maybe you don't see as often is empathy and growth. Like, if you have people who surround you who are like interested in growth, I think that you can learn to grow together as well. Like, I'm not one of those guys that, like, I got 72 haters and like, I don't, that shit is, saying, weird to me. But I feel like, saying, like, you got, if you got good friends, good friends, and everybody wants to grow, I think you can grow together. Like, in any type of relationship, whether it's personal, friendship, whatever. If you get good people who got good values, and one of those, and some of those values is being empathetic to your situation, and as well as having the ability to grow, I think I don't think it'd be a problem. I think that's some of the good qualities that you have, especially the growth aspect. You're looking to grow in in a number of different ways all the time. So I don't think you should have an issue at all.
I appreciate that. I've been, and I know y'all both got the message, but I sent a message to like 10 people like, hey man, I think you can learn from me. I think I can learn from you. Let's check in like once a month. Just once a month and see what we can build on.
That message made me smile. I like that.
It did. Good. But I'm vocal, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not shy. So I'm like, these are people that I think I could really learn some shit from. Send your ass this message and let's start talking. I want to pick your brain once a month. I'll let you pick my brain once a month and make sure that we both on our path. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start cutting people off that weren't growing with you, then you start moving by yourself, which is fine. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'm comfortable. The pandemic showed me I'm very comfortable by myself. I often wonder, like, I have a girlfriend, but I want to be by myself 6 days a week. She ain't gonna have that shit. But I do know there are other people. Like it's just other things I want to learn. It's different ways that I can, different things I can add to my toolbox.
Right.
And I need different people that bring different things, so that I can have all the tools in my toolboxes, which is ultimately what I want. I want to have a toolbox with everything in it. But I'm not, I don't know, the nicest person. So I need, Jackie niceness. I'm not the whatever. Maybe I'm not as level-headed as J. Lou. I need some of J. Lou level-headedness. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the fuck it is. And I want to make sure I'm adding that.
I'm not nowhere near as outgoing as you. So you know what I'm saying? Like so, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not communicating like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's good to know that. Like even when at the old job and you argue a certain way, like we argue different ways, but always I said, nah, stopping the shit because it's necessary. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you gotta have balance in your friendships too.
Absolutely. I think that's key. That is the fucking key. Making sure you have balance in your friendships. And that's what I always admire. Like even the women that I've like fallen for, they've been different. Like what? You be hiking? You do what? You be feeding the homeless? I want to come do some shit with you. What? You was at a 60s hippies party. Why was you there? Like I want to go and see what that party's like. What the fuck? And I think that's all of those kind of things kind of motivate me. And I want to encourage anybody watching this or listening to this that you do want friends that balance you. Of course, you want friends you have things in common with, but a good friend that will balance you out, offer you a different perspective, offer you a different reality. They're needed, they're warranted, and they're going to make you a much more well-rounded person. And don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that different friend. Like maybe that friend that loves to go horseback riding will show you. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, maybe that friend will show you something. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, and I think sometimes you meet people doing some different shit. Like maybe you go to an art exhibit you wouldn't normally go to. You run into a group of people and hey, y'all come here often? Yeah, this is all we do. We love this shit. Why y'all be coming here? I come here because and the next thing you know, you got some art buddies. And they're may not be your party buddies, but they're your art buddies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you can learn something from them. So I want everybody to kind of, because it was something I was going through personally, and I wanted to see who, if other people are going through it and ways to kind of deal with it. So hopefully that helped. It helped me. So hopefully it helped whoever's listening. And let's transition, because it's about time to go to rapid fire. It's the mayor. Stay high. So, Jackie's ex-husband has decided to marry conjoined twins, Abby and Brittany Hensel. This is fascinating to me for a number of reasons. Not all sexual, y'all, but this is what I look at it. If you're conjoined twins, you essentially have two minds. So the person that one wants to marry could be a person you find repulsive. The person that one wants to marry could be a person at the very smallest, you just think they're ugly. You know what I'm saying? And Melissa said, yes, she's single. The conjoined twins got married. But I find this fascinating because of all the negatives. But when you look at the positives, so let's say, what are the names? Abby and Brittany. You're in love with Abby. You think the world of Abby, but you think Brittany got an attitude problem. Now, how do you even date? I've actually dated a girl who had her best friend with us all the fucking time. And that was a lot. It was a lot. Ooh, dang, that's probably like dating conjoined twins. Oh shit. I'm gonna start calling them conjoined twins. Oh shit. But I know how that is. We have a friend that's always interfering or being negative in a relationship. And they're not there, they're going on what they think. But if it's a conjoined twin, they're actually there.
All the time.
All the time. So they see the good, the bad. So I wonder about that. And then I also wonder, Jackie, sex. Does the other twin abstain from it? I would assume since they have the same vagina, they both feel it the same way, because how could they not? Or is it like one has
They're
control of the
only-
lower half and the other one doesn't feel anything down there?
I think the conjoined, I think it's just the neck and the head part. I don't think it's like they can feel the body. I don't know. That is, I don't know.
So do both of them? That's what I'm saying. Do both of them feel the body, or does only one of them feel the body?
How Jack supposed to?
I told you in our text thread. She the expert. How the hell they give each other privacy, Clarissa? Clarissa, I'm about to cut your mic off. Actually, Clarissa, I'm about to add you to the show. How the hell they give each other privacy?
I'm about to sleep with my husband. Go to sleep.
Right, but it's the same body, so she gonna feel it too. Right. I don't know how that's possible. How is it possible?
Turns him on. Like, is he turned on by just the two different personalities while he's having sex?
Now, and does the other sister participate? Because if one sister's giving him head, she probably in good position to lick his balls or the taint or his ass. He probably in position to do something. Is she just down there just like, or is he diving in? Does she give him head from time to time? Is it really like he's both of their husband, or is it really like she wants to date too? Because then how you feel about it? So I'm dating. I'm married to one of the heads, and the other one wants a boyfriend too. What if she wants to get married? So now this other dude is fucking my wife, the pussy I'm fucking.
This is crazy.
I mean, these are questions that need answers. J. Lou, you like an expert. What you think?
So I don't think nothing.
So when
I
they
had
go,
I have no clue.
whatever,
Right.
are they paying for people?
This is a perfect. Yeah, that's a very part of the relationship.
Carissa said, that's your perfect quality relationship.
They don't have no damn bottom half, different vaginas. That's not how the body is built. Conjoined twins don't have different vaginas. We gotta cut Clarissa mic off. Obviously, she just making stuff up on the spot. She must have hit a doobie and just out here talking.
So how do they do that? Like when they go out to eat, I have a table for 3 or 2.
One sits in the chair and one walks. They got the same 2 legs, Clarissa. They don't have 4 legs. What the hell are you talking about? How do they eat? I guess they.
And one's allergic to something and the other one isn't, or is that possible?
I don't know, but I would think they would get one meal and just get it.
How do they determine what we're gonna wear today? You pick today, I pick tomorrow.
I would think so. There would have to be something diplomatic like that. And then, like when you're in bed, we're like, baby, don't tell your sister this, but like, what? How can I not? She's right here. How can I not tell her?
If they get pregnant, oh my gosh, it's a lot of questions. It's a lot of. If
they can even get pregnant,
right?
They just had 2 heads. Like, did I look at the pictures you sent wrong?
As far as I know, they have 2 heads in the same exact body. Clarissa's talking about one be walking and one be sitting in the chair. I don't know the hell Clarissa's talking about. Like they got 4 legs. Well, she said she gonna send a pic. Well, I seen the pic.
It's confusing. I don't know.
I think we got it. Clarissa is on here causing mischief. She ain't nothing but another Diddy. That's all. That's it. It's causing mischief amongst the righteous people. But I thought that was fascinating, though. But God bless, Abby and Brittany and their
relation to the marriage.
And to me, they got to be in a throuple. It's no other way that works. They in a throuple. But that's a terrible throuple because you don't even get a different pussy. Like you in a throuple, you like, I don't want to fuck her today. I want to fuck her today. How do you? Or do they each have control of the body and they relinquish it to the other? Like, well, you can do the walking and talking today. Well, you can do the walking and talking. Is he like, no, your mind, you know how to move your ass. You in charge today. And is he like, you take the night off with the body control? Because what if they both control the body? Then that could be a different sexual experience. One was a country singer. What the hell is he talking about? You fired from being a field correspondent, Clarissa. You are fired. Got us talking about some damn country singers. We're gonna get the Beyonce album soon enough. She's trying to move us along with this country music. But I mean, more power to them. I'm not gonna look at it like it's a bad thing if they're all happy. Who am I to say to point out a flaw in it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, look, man, you happy, you happy.
I ain't gonna knock it. But something that doesn't make us happy, that kind of saddened us all, was the Key Sky Bridge collapse in Baltimore. I immediately made a Facebook post like, where my Baltimore folks at? Everybody good? Where's everybody at? I got family that lives in Baltimore. I was very concerned. Thank God none of my immediate family or friends were impacted at all. But I know that there's somebody out there that I know that lost somebody, or somebody was injured, or somebody was just on that bridge or something. That was some scary shit. They're saying the operators of the Dowdy cargo ship issued a mayday call moments before the crash early Tuesday, saying the vessel had lost power, but the 985-foot-long ship still struck one of the 1.6-mile bridge's supports at 8 knots, which is roughly 9 miles per hour. They caused the span to break and fall into the water within seconds. 8 construction workers were filling potholes on the bridge when the crash happened. 2 were rescued soon after the collapse. Divers recovered the bodies of 2 others, and the other 4 are presumed dead. Just damn, man. Like, I'm afraid of heights. It is what it is, and I'm afraid of bridges. Sometimes I'm on a bridge and I just be like, just let me make it cross. Just let me make it cross. Let me make it cross. And it's because of just fear of random shit like this. It feels like an irrational fear, like, oh, no bridge is going to collapse. Like, calm down. But I still be on the bridge just a little tight, a little anxious, a little anxiety. And this shit is not going to help. You know what I'm saying? Right. This is why. The fear of this, which felt like a ridiculous notion, it'll never happen. But it did. And peace and blessings, upon those who we lost, and positive energy out to the families. Jackie, what are your thoughts on this, man? This tragedy.
It's just sad, because a lot of those families are out of the country, so it's hard because a lot of them are illegal immigrants that were working on. So it's hard for them to reach out to their families because they can't. I mean, how are they trying to find? So some of there's families out there that are dependent on them to send back money home, and the only way they're going to find out that they're dead is because they don't get the money anymore. So that's very sad to think of that. I saw the video, and I saw where they lost power, they regained the power back, then they lost it again right before they hit the bridge. It was just heartbreaking to watch. And then I also heard, I'm not sure if it's true, I also heard there was a bridge in Ohio that collapsed too, or was on fire, or something happened that a lot of people say it wasn't being publicized like this one. But it's sad. It's sad that happened. It's sad that they can't reach out to some of the families to tell them that their loved one has passed away. So my heart goes out to everybody.
J-Lu?
Yeah, basically just echo the same, sentiments that you guys exhibited. Obviously, you always, anger is a part of it to kind of figure out, like, is there anything different that could have been done? It seems like it's something that should have had different protocols in place to, to make sure that, so maybe this couldn't happen. I know, obviously things about to get very legal. Obviously, condolences to all the family. That's the most important thing. Hopefully they can fix it so it doesn't happen again. I guess the silver lining is the timing that it wasn't in rush hour where it could have been hundreds or if not thousands of people that lost their lives. We in the single digits, other than, where otherwise it probably would have been drastically worse. When I saw the picture, I'm like, hold up, because like new, I get look nervous. I'm like, hold up, man, there's a whole bunch of water that I'm over. You know what I'm saying? That I'm over. So hopefully they can kind of figure out, what happened, put safety precautions in place where maybe this can't happen again, and kind of proceed from there.
Yeah, And thank you. It's Butter Babe. Says 2 minutes is missing from the black box on the ship. I wonder if that is because of
The power being out.
power being out, right? And no bridge in Ohio was damaged. It was a fire by a most company by the bridge, Valley View Bridge. I did hear that there were allegedly 3 bridges that collapsed, and like nobody's talking about it. I saw that on Instagram or something, but I didn't do my research on it. So I don't know if any of that's true, if it's 100% true, if it's not true, whatever. But I did see that, Jackie. So I, positive energy to all the families, man. Nothing but love, man. And I'm gonna move on so we can get up out of here for the night. I appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting the pod named Kickback. We go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. And then the podcast is released to the audio streaming sites on Monday mornings. And I do want to, where my goddamn round of applause? These round of applause are for Jackie, J. Lou, Brittany, and Randy T, because the month of March is officially the 8th most streamed month in the history of the podcast. We have cracked the top 10.
Yes.
We had some great fucking episodes. And I
It
think this Avengers Assemble podcast format is fucking working. Somebody like it, you know what I'm saying?
is.
So I
Right.
definitely wanted to give it up for that. Well, thank you, Clarissa.
Thank you, Clarissa.
So yeah, man, I just want to keep going up. I just want to keep taking it to the next level. Like we got something good. I just want to keep doing it. That's what he told her. Anyway, let's get into our don't be dumb.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Now, this is what give podcasts bad names. This is the drama. This is the pettiness. This is the stupidness. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I thought this was just dumb. And this is the epitome of don't be dumb. And I listened to their podcast, so I do know who they are. I've spoken with them. Mila's boyfriend, Orlando, actually booked me and JB for a live podcast show here in Atlanta that we did. Was So Shameless, and Poor Minds was there, and Horrible Decisions, and it was a great opportunity. But these young ladies, Mila and Erica from Good Moms Bad Choices, who I'm gonna keep it on it. I enjoy their podcast. I'm R. Kelly in them. I'm not gonna be listening no more because I don't like this shit. They did an episode with Joe Budden. He came on their podcast, and they talk good moms shit, bad choices shit. He's just smoking a blunt during the whole episode. So they're like, righteous and ratchet as I, you know what I'm saying? And they were talking about, he asked them if they ever made out. They said, one night we were drunk, we made out. And he said, well, who's the better kisser? They were like, we don't know, we're equal. And then Erica said, no, do you want to find out and tell us? And Joe was like, whoa, I don't, they do all that shit. Ha, 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 he. Episode was done. Several months later, they came on his podcast because they were doing a sex club event that they were throwing in New York. And a sex club is where every sex club has its own vetting process, but their club has this vetting process. And then you go in, and as long as there's someone that's willing to fuck you, you have sex. They have non-sexual rooms. They spoke of one room where women can go into that room and just be fed fruit. So you go into the room and men and women are feeding you grapes or plums or oranges, whatever the hell you want. So that's kind of a non-sexual room, but every other room was fucking. And they talked about going and whether or not they be fucking or not and all this and all that. But prior to this, they went to the Joe Budden podcast because they were in town for this sex event. They took a picture, and one of the girls, Erica, was trying to squeeze in between the guys, and apparently Joe said some shit like, whoa now, squeezing up in now. Fuck around, get fucked. And she said she was just so offended, so appalled by this, which in reality, if we didn't have a sexual banter history, I could see you being like, I don't even know you. You saying stuff like that to me. But when you literally proposition this man to kiss you and all this shit, then it's kind of like, and I think it was said in jest. I think it's one of them things where like, I'm playing unless you're gonna do it. So I think it was said in jest like, Girl, don't come here. You want to get fucked. Oh, you ain't bite that? All right, cool. All right, chill. You know what I'm saying? And for her to go from that, do the entire episode, talk about going to the sex club, you know, and talking about, you know, how close they would be in proximity if Joe went to fucking, if they were fucking, how close he would be. He said, I would be by the plants. I would be behind the biggest plant to standing off away from all y'all fucking. So I wouldn't see shit but from the corner. They was making jokes about him, and the jokes about possibility, or like, are y'all fucking tonight? Who's fucking? You know, like, this is a fucking club, y'all all going.
Mhm.
And they did that whole episode around their sexuality, how they like to fuck, when they like to fuck, who they like to fuck, sex club fucking. And then like 4 days later, after the episode aired, she comes out with the Patreon exclusive, which means she wanted to tell this story behind a paywall where you have to pay. You can't just watch their podcast. You have to pay money for her to tell you about Joe's inappropriate comment.
Is that how you do? That's probably how
Huh?
that's how they titled the Patreon.
Yeah. And it's just like,
That's tough.
you clearly was trying to make money off of this. You could
that's tough.
I don't think you were that offended, because the whole episode she was talking to Joe about sex. At that point, you say something too out the way. Even when women come at me in a sexual way and I'm not feeling them, I don't engage like that. Like, I had a woman always making little flirty comments, and I'm like, no, that I work with. And one day, and I always shut them down. And one day she came up behind me, I was sitting at my desk, and it started like caressing my shoulders. I'm like, Young, stop touching me. And I know it came off like, yo, take it down, Nas New. You're a little aggressive. But I'm trying to establish clear boundaries. We don't have that. So respect the boundary. And she didn't do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to, if I felt offended by some shit somebody said on a podcast before it starts, I might not even do it. But if my career is on the line, you know, maybe I'm like, this is a big opportunity for me. But then you got to figure out what's most important to you. And then to come back days later after you got all this attention, all this notoriety, all these new fans, and to slam my man Joe like that, I don't fuck with it. Jackie, you the lady of pod, so I'm gonna throw it to you first. Do you see, you know, where they're coming from? Does it make sense to you, or do you see it more like how I see it, or do you see it a whole another way?
I see it a whole nother way.
Okay.
If that was her intentions, was to make money, obviously, if she's having people pay to listen to what she's saying about Joe Budden, and you don't want to just outright say it because you're saying it because you feel some type of way or you felt assaulted, then you're the type of woman that gives all these other women that have true stories that have been sexually assaulted a bad name. And that's why when a lot of these women come out and speak, the first thing people say, oh, she just wants some money. Oh, she just wants some money. Oh, she just wants some money.
Yeah.
That's what I said about Cassie at first.
Yes, that's true, but you're putting a bad taste in people's mouths about, and it overshadows women out here that are really being sexually assaulted and really going through some mentally traumatic stuff, and they're being shunned as well because we think once a female does that, they're doing it for money. Not saying all cases are like that, but that is a narrative that is out there, that if a woman does that, especially how she did it, she did it for money, we can see, but there's women out there where it's really stuff happening and they're trying to speak up and they're being shunned for speaking up, or you just want some money, or what is your intentions, or did you really get sexually assaulted? You don't have any proof? Do you have video? So it's sad that she is making money off of that, and then of course off of a black man, to gain money and to gain clout. Like, have we gotten to that point where we just throw people underneath the bus just to elevate ourselves? We don't tap into our own power to elevate ourselves.
Not at all.
J. Lou?
I mean, I think when it's a lot, right? Because people know some of Joe's past history and some of the accusations that people made. So when you play on it, I think it makes it even worse because she knows that, right? Like she knows that history. She knows, you know what I'm saying? She knows what people have said in the past. So to bring that up is, that's one aspect of it. Two, obviously you mentioned them playing in jest at first. I would think that's how they played. You know what I'm saying? So, based on that type of conversation, you can't tell nobody how to feel about something. But when you start communicating and playing a certain way, you can't then change it. Change it up completely. So I don't know. That's like one of the worst things you can be, like the sexual assault, things of that nature. Obviously, you see what's going on with Diddy, you see what the whole bad mark on the industry. So to put that on somebody that I think Joe probably would consider them somewhat co-workers / friends.
Mm-hmm.
Based on them doing each other, podcasts and things of that nature. So I think that's the worst of the worst. Because other people have gone through gone through the real abuse. So whenever you diminish somebody else's real abuse for something that was not intentionally abusive, I think it's it's like it puts you in like a scum type of bag, if that's accurate.
Yeah, I stopped following the podcast. I just gave. I was like, I'm done. I'm just done.
Did Joe say anything?
He said on the episode they were saying they made a joke about Joe the more recent episode the crew did. He's like, y'all attacking my character. Y'all treat me like the weirdo bitches did last week. So he said that, and then he said that he said he would address it on Patreon, and I subscribe to Joe's Patreon, so it'll come out tomorrow. So I'll listen tomorrow and tell you how he addressed it, how he explained it, and whatever. But Jackie, you were making a point before you got disconnected. You
My bad. Look, I'm all in the conversation. I've got to put my phone on the charger. I just wish that people just take more pride in their integrity and stop trying to anything that you lie about is gonna come. Anything done in the dark comes in the light. Like, we gotta stop trying to tear each other down. We gotta stop trying to think we got to step on somebody to elevate ourselves. We have our own power within ourselves to elevate ourselves. We don't need to tear somebody else down to elevate ourselves or get clout or likes or anything like that. And to use your sexuality as a weapon is a no-no for me.
Yeah, I see. I'm just playing with the layouts.
I see.
But yeah, I 100% agree. Anything you want to add to that, J. Lou, before we move on?
I'd be interested to see what Joe's rebuttal or conversation on it. But yeah, the fact that they marketed like, hey, come here, inappropriate thing that Joe did,
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a little worse to me. I kind of believe him a little bit less.
Joe's girlfriend lives in Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Follow me. They had a live show in Houston last night that they canceled.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, they don't want to go to Houston.
You think so? He says she's pulling up.
I cannot confirm nor deny, but
I don't want the smoke. They don't want no smoke.
You talk about my man, I'm pulling up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Man, y'all back up off the Pod Father, man. That's my guy. And y'all might need to back up off this next guy too. Not Joe Budden, but Joe Biden. Now we all know that everybody got mad about the Transgender Visibility Day being today, March 31st, or if you're listening to this tomorrow, yesterday, March 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's April now. Sure. But the transgender holiday or transgender day of visibility has always been March 31st since 2009. Joe Biden made it official this year, and coincidentally, it falls on Easter. At first, I was respectfully, I'll say it this way, I'm not Christian. So anything happening on Easter doesn't mean shit to me because I don't celebrate it. But I do get the sentiment. I get the sentiment. And I was like, that is kind of weird to do that on that day. But the transgenders, we're all God's children and they're God's children too. And then it shouldn't matter what day it is. But I could see they feel like he upstaged Jesus, which I guess. It feels inappropriate, but he couldn't do it next year because he might not even be in office next year. So if he wants the transgender support for his reelection, this was the only time he could do it. He didn't do it last year. So I think it's a political game. I think people being so, the zealots, the religious folks being so offended is a little extra because he didn't make up the day. We all know Easter switches. Easter's on my birthday every 4 or 5 years in April. So Easter jumps. I don't know how I feel no more now that I know he didn't create it. I thought he created it this year on this day. And I was like, why'd you do that? That's bad. That was a bad idea, Joe Biden. But now that I know that this has always been the day and he's doing it in possibly his last year in office, I'm kind of like, it's just bad timing. It's just bad circumstance. But I'm not mad. Like, I was pissed yesterday. I was like, why would they do that? But now I'm like,
but I mean, if you're a Christian and you believe that it doesn't overshadow your God, then why are you giving energy to it?
Because they believe it overshadows their God, obviously. Or they don't believe it's holy. They believe like transgenderism is a sin. And it's like, why would you put this sin on a holy day? That's got to be how they're looking at it. What other way could they look at it? If they're bothered.
But what I'm saying is, if you believe this shouldn't even be bothering you about it. Like, okay, I mean, there's been sinners in the world forever. I mean, y'all are paying attention to the sinners now.
You're looking at two of them right now, Jackie and J. Lou, two of the sinners of the world. Looking at them. I'm looking at
them. So I'm just saying, like, they always say, you give energy to something, then it grows, But it's Easter. Like, if you're so focused on Easter, you shouldn't even be worried about what is put on there, because that's what you don't celebrate it, so it shouldn't even matter.
Right. I don't even know what that even means, because I ain't seen no transgenders today. I don't even know what the fuck that mean. They got a day. I guess in my house they didn't get a day because they don't exist in my house. So it didn't bother me.
When I heard the news, I was just like, when I heard the news, I was just like, okay.
J. Lou, come through. You got to be the one person that's pissed off about this. Tell us why you mad, J. Lou. Tell us why you mad.
I ain't mad, but you know what I'm saying. That's a I would say this. It's all politics. So I'll separate it in two buckets. The optics look bad because you give your opponents a reason to say something. So I guess that's the bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad. You know what I'm saying? So remember when Kemp did some wild stuff down here, and instead of doing a big day of it, they just went in the office, signed the bill, and was done with it. Like it seemed like he made a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? They made a little bit more of what they should have did. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand the optics in certain cases. The hypocrisy is like the people who complaining a lot. I'm like, y'all niggas is say y'all Christians, y'all motherfuckers living the worst out of anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see no good, you know what I'm saying, no motherfucker who I look at him like, man, that's an honorable motherfucker saying something. It was always like some motherfuckers that did some dumb shit, tweeted some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Said some dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why? I'm like, why is it y'all? Like, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't crazy about it. So I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, why is it you? It could be like y'all couldn't pick the motherfucker that was 50% righteous. Y'all picked the motherfucker that been fucked up his whole life.
They picked Diddy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is the guy we say, you know what I'm saying, we want to speak up for Christianity. Get the fuck out of here. So that's why it don't, you know what I'm saying? But the optics was bad. You know what I'm saying? You allow people who see you in a certain way to say, ooh, see, he is. But you know, that's as much thought as I gave to you. But the band camp, they got to understand that people gonna say that. Like, we're not a smart electorate, so you got to understand it.
Facts. And moving on to our Nipsey Hussle Award.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon, you know. So.
And one person who was definitely on that marathon until their life was taken 5 years ago today, Nipsey Hussle, the person that I named this award after. We were doing an episode of the podcast, Like Now, on a Sunday, and my little cousin Ron hit me and JB. Actually, he's literally JB's little cousin, but my little cousin too. He texted us like, they're saying Nipsey got shot. No, he didn't even text. You know, you got the comments up here?
Yeah.
The comments like, let me put up one. Like Clarissa's comment right there. He sent us a comment and said, they're saying Nipsey got shot. We were like, whoa. And I literally said, I'm hoping and praying he's okay. If he's not, it's going to be a totally different episode next week. But prayers, you know, positive energy. And by the time we we ended the show, maybe 20, 30 minutes later, we realized he was dead. And I mean, it fucked me up. I love Nipsey. Nipsey's, like J. Lou, we talk about the heroes. Like, Nipsey's a little younger than me. He's hero. I mean, a little strong word. But he was an independent rapper who made his career his way. I definitely idolized that shit. I definitely loved it. And that's why this award is named after him. It used to be called the Grind and Shine Award. It was for excellence and achievement. Anybody who did their motherfucking thing got this award. After Nipsey was struck down, I changed it to the Nipsey Hussle Award because that's how I honor, you know, the people I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to honor him with that. And it's been 5 years. It don't even feel like 5 years.
It doesn't. And for me and my son, our connection was we was there a month prior. We were supposed to link up with his brother, with Nipsey's brother, but we had to go to the studio. The Sam, huh?
I was saying Black Sam.
Yeah, Black Sam. But we had to go to the studio, so we weren't able to meet him. But a month later, my son he was crushed because he was just like, Mom, we were just there. Like, we were just there. And that we were just there a month prior. And it happened. So it was devastating. Yeah. Rest in heaven, Nipsey. I know you watching down on especially them babies of yours, on your beautiful other half. But we always definitely going to keep your marathon going.
For sure. J. Lou?
I mean, you know, obviously how senseless it is. You know, obviously the connection to the wife. You know, death sometimes, you know what I'm saying, puts you in that position where you're like, it's never, you know what I'm saying, like you don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough to kind of, you know, put that in perspective. And then obviously you're looking at his age. Age is very similar to mine. You know, you start, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, when you see death, you start, you know, internalizing like, damn, what if I was gone? What if I left my daughter? What if I left this person? What, you know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, obviously senseless. You glad that somebody, you know what I'm saying, when he passed, he had a certain type of reputation. That was something that your kids can be proud of, his wife can be proud of. And that's something that's that when we speak, like you named an award after him. You don't name that award after somebody that you don't admire, hold in high regard and respect. And I think that's the key.
Absolutely. Very well said, bro. Very well said. And all right, let's see. So we got we won't make this quick, but we do have
Netflix and chill. What does that even mean?
I don't know how I found that shit. Netflix and chill. I definitely was Jill and Karen talking. But really quick, I have not seen The Gentleman yet. I have not seen Damsel yet. You saw it? Jackie, you saw
gotta check it out. Damsel is I love Damsel. I watched that 3 times already.
Damn,
I ain't see that yet.
I'm gonna watch Damsel tonight. Clarissa was on here hating how much she couldn't get into it, but I had some other people tell me they really liked it. So you're saying you liked it. I'm watching Damsel as soon as the podcast over. So we can talk about it next week.
And the beautiful, gorgeous Angela Bassett is in it too.
Oh. Hopefully she ain't got them Tina Turner arms.
Hey.
But I'm watching De'Ara from Detroit. Love it.
Who?
Love it.
What is
De'Ara from Detroit.
De'Ara from Detroit?
Yes.
What is that on?
It's on BT Plus.
I just canceled my BT Plus, Joan. I caught up on all the Queen's Men. Once I finished that season, I canceled.
You
did? Yeah. So
did you like it?
All the Queen's Men?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love Eva Marcel. I love Madam, and now she just a boss, and she just running shit and handling.
Yeah, I love it.
Love that shit. Love that shit. A lot of men don't want to watch it because it's a quote unquote male strip club. I'm like, no, they be fucking the bad women. They be fucking pretty ass girls. Like, I just be tripping off that shit. But here you go, Clarissa. Her women's rights stance.
That's right, Clarissa. That's right.
Her arms should look like that. No woman's arms should look like how Angela Bassett arms look in that damn movie. Jackie arms don't look like that. Jackie work out every day. We still want a healthy woman in shape. We want something soft.
They want soft. They want to see the softness.
Yeah, they don't want no trust. No, that was too much for me. And when she was in Tina Turner movie, her tricep, it looked like she had a dick on her arm at all times. That was just too much.
You see the real Tina Turner?
Oh my God.
You saw the real Tina Turner? That was
Hey.
Right.
Just no.
That's how she looks.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna turn it to women, not me.
I'm just saying, don't be talking about Angela. You know what I'm saying? Leave Angela alone.
Oh no, she's fine.
You better get jumped. You better get jumped, dude.
She done worked it out. She looks amazing now. Them Tina Turner arms for that movie was too much.
See, that's why they be canceling black men like you.
Fine. I just go hang out with Diddy. Oh, no Diddy.
No, Diddy might like it.
No Diddy. What I have watched that I probably the only one on this podcast who even gives a fuck about this, but X-Men 97. So my favorite cartoon as a child was probably G.I. Joe and then the X-Men cartoon of the 90s. My knowledge of the X-Men movies does not come from comic books. I didn't read comic books. I'm not a fucking nerd. I watched the cartoon. So when the X-Men movie started coming out, I knew the storyline based on the cartoon. So all my other buddies was like, yeah, episode comic book 1920, they said this. I'm like, I never said that. But on Saturday morning cartoon, they had the same storyline. And they was like, so you learned all this shit from the cartoon? I didn't read no comic book, nigga. I'm like, yeah, I learned it from the fucking cartoon. And that cartoon ended apparently in 95. Well, I guess 96. And X-Men 97 is what follows. So it's still telling that old story because it all comes from the comic books. So I'm assuming the cartoon is obviously from the comic book. So it's telling the rest of that story. And it's great, man. They're releasing like one episode a week on Disney under the Marvel section. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, how would I describe it? It's another part of the Marvel universe. Because it lines up with the movies, of course, because the movies line up with the cartoon. So I'm loving it. It's more Marvel. I love Marvel. So, but it's my childhood Marvel. You know what I'm saying? It's junior high school to college Marvel. So I'm watching it like, oh shit. And I just found out they have all the episodes from the 90s on there as well. So after I watch this season, I'm gonna go back to the very beginning. Because I don't think I watched it all. I think I did get too old. I think the last season I was in college and I was fucking. So I think I missed some shit.
That's silly.
I'm just saying. But I am enjoying that. And BMF, the season started slow for me, and I was starting to be like, they showed up. They showed up and showed out, J. Lou. Jackie, they showed up and showed out that last episode. I loved it. I loved it.
Look, shout out to 2 Chainz. I love to set it off, getting shot up like that. It took you right to set it off. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 2 Chainz might have some acting ability. He got killed like a motherfucker, but it was all in. It was excellently done.
It was.
I saw his motivation.
Yes,
he definitely went to acting school for that murder.
Yes.
But I'm loving it, man. I was starting to get like the fake Tupac and them mixing up the eras, and
I know.
I was like, ugh. But they redeemed themselves, and the father finally got back in that bed, and got them cheeks. So I'm happy. Good episode.
For the time being, you know who she really won't.
Oh, exactly. See, she was looking at this picture. See, that's how women scandalous. Right. Fuck the shit out you. You got a picture of another nigga underneath the pillow. That's why I'm not getting married. I'm not. All I'm gonna do is go to Diddy parties and chill. I'm not fucking married. I'm not playing with these people, you know. And now we got to talk about, as we leave, the thing that everybody wants to talk about.
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow.
No, my brother. You got to buy your own.
All right, man. The Queen Bee is here. She dropped her country album, which she says isn't a country album. It's a Beyonce album, but it's a country album. I had zero interest in even listening to it. But
I haven't heard it.
I cut it on. I will say this. From what I heard, the musicality is amazing. Like if you could think of like every great instrumentalist, she got the best violin player ever, the best guitar player ever, the best keyboard player ever, the best tambourine player ever, and she put them on this album. The music sounds phenomenal. But it ain't really come out my kind of music. So like, what I'm gonna do with that? Like, I respect it. I don't know how often I'm gonna be playing that shit, but I respect it. Well, she the queen. I give it up, but. You obviously didn't want new to listen to this album. You set out at the very beginning like, well, I know new ain't gonna listen, but let me see if I can get somebody else. And I think she did what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
I ain't listening to that shit. But it sounded good. But like, when I'm gonna play it? When I'm gonna play some country music? On a date?
I have no interest. If I hear it on the radio, then I'm cool. I hear it on the radio, but I'm not gonna go listen to the album.
I did hear a snippet of, there's a song in there where she's rapping, like a total rap song. Like in the middle of all this country shit, she got a joint where she doing nothing but rapping. I'll probably throw that on a playlist, on a Pod Named Kickback playlist that you can get on Apple Music. The link will be in the description and in the bio and all that shit. I might throw her a rap song on there, or the Jolene song. Everybody loves this Jolene song. That was originally Dolly Parton, because she gangstified it. Like Dolly said something like, "Please, Jolene, don't touch my man." And then on Beyonce's version, she was like, "Jolene, I'm warning you. If you touch my man, I'm gonna bust a cap." So it's like she gangstified the lyrics. So everybody's kind of like, "That's right. That's what I would say. I ain't gonna be begging," because she was like, I'm begging you. Don't do it." And Beyonce version is like, I'm warning you, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody likes that, but it's still country. I don't like country.
How is the country music people embracing this album?
She has like Willie Nelson is on it, Miley Cyrus is on it, and she has like 3 or 4.
Are the fans happy about this? Are they saying it isn't a country album?
I don't know what the white fans are saying. The black fans are saying they loving it. I don't know what the white folks are saying. I don't mean, you know.
Because once we get to the board, that's what's really gonna tell us.
Let's go to our talking white. Clarissa, what are your people saying about this album? Well, she don't even like country music. Well, she don't even like it. So
she like, don't count her in. Look, don't count her in. She said she don't listen to that.
Don't add me into that, Joe.
Clarissa, what are the whites saying? Tell us. But I mean, I'm hearing that it is so good musically that everybody expects this to be the first time she gets her Grammy. Like it's just a masterpiece if you like country. But I don't know what the country folks are saying. And apparently Calista can't tell us neither, so we just won't know. But I do
we'll find out when Country Music Awards come back around. And if she wins, we just look at their faces, they're gonna be happy, they're gonna be like,
yeah.
you tell me what they do, because I'm not gonna be watching it. You let me know.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just different from her, different form of art.
That is.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's a different form of her art. She grew up in Texas. And if you guys are listening right now, and you're like, I want my comments to be read on the podcast. How come I don't know how come my comment didn't get read? Because you didn't watch it live. We record live on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Sundays at 7 p.m. Go to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called No Breaks New. It'll be in the description, goddammit. And you can watch live and you can debate with us. You can add your little tidbits. You can tell J. Lou he wrong. You can tell Jackie how wrong she is. You can tell me how right I am. You can do that. Tune in Sundays at 7 p.m. live. If not, you'll get this Monday morning at 5 a.m. And before we get up out of here, I want to remind everybody that J. Cole and Drake have not responded. And I feel away. I'm on y'all ass. I've been tweeting them every day, like, well, where the response at, nigga? Where the response at? And they ain't responding. And
Are they still on tour?
I don't care. Where they at? They on the floor, they on the floor, they on the boat.
No, I'm just saying, are they though? Like, I ain't gonna lie. They should have said something
Drake
about that. But
is on tour. I'm not sure J. Cole is still with him. I think J. Cole is still with him. I think they're both on tour.
Okay.
Maybe they really got to reach down deep and come up with some ammo.
I gave him 7 days. I'll extend this to another 7 days. The tour ends April 5th, next Friday. So I will give them until 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I'll give them to, or maybe they want to drop on a Friday. I'll give them till 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I'll give them to April 12th. Matter of fact, I'll give them till my birthday outing at the Cigar Lounge. Huh?
They must be not trying to give it no attention or nothing. They don't want to help. They don't want to help Future and Kendrick sales out, I guess.
It's already the most streamed rap song of the year.
Yeah, but you get
they can't help it anymore.
It's for every 1,000 listens. That shit, so that shit don't,
Yeah, but I mean, J. Cole been screaming, "I'm the best rapper. I want all the smoke," and he been doing all these freestyles to all these people for 2 years.
And he still is.
He better respond. He got 7 days before he not. He talk all that shit to everybody.
Don't nobody care what Lil Dude said. Don't nobody care what Lil Dude said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. J. Cole do. He better respond. He better respond.
Dude said.
He talk all that shit till Kendrick walk in the room. All of a sudden he quiet. He ain't got nothing to say. He big badass beating his shit. He a big three, but I'm Muhammad Ali. Oh, you Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali kept talking.
Kendrick was about to be one of Diddy victims until he helped him out. So watch yourself. Watch yourself.
I heard that story. But it don't matter. J. Cole, you want to? I'm gonna give y'all niggas.
I saved you.
Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all niggas to my birthday, April 17th. You have until April 17th to respond. J. Cole and Aubrey, Jermaine and Aubrey. You have until April 17th to respond.
Good weekend for you too, huh? I think I'm free. Son, you might have a good birthday, B.
Hey, I just might. Just might. Yeah. Hopefully, Diddy throw me a party.
Oh, all right. Well, look, I'm being you. J. Lou don't throw them type of parties, so let me know who you think.
I do want to do a quick shout out to Kyrie Irving, who was observing Ramadan, which I have felt miserably at. But and he was playing his mind out. It reminded me of Akeem Olajuwon back in the day during the month of Ramadan, how well he played. And I just wanted to make sure I shouted Kyrie out. he had like his greatest month of basketball, maybe ever, during his fast. I just want to give him credit. Also, the ladies NCAA. I'm not even watching the men's, but tomorrow night we get Juju playing. We get Caitlin versus Angel, a rematch of last year in the Elite Eight, and it's all happening tomorrow night. So I am I will be watching ladies basketball, NCAA. Both games tomorrow night are going to be featuring the four most popular college basketball players, female college basketball players in the world. Tomorrow night, if you don't watch women's basketball, this should be the night you just tune in. If you're interested or curious at all, Monday night, April 1st, tune in. And having said that, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for always tuning in. I want to thank you for supporting the show for 12 years. I want to thank every co-host that I've ever had, including J. Lou and Jackie. But I have decided that based on me, what I want to do with my business and different things I want to do, this will be my last episode. So I want you guys to appreciate what we brought you and enjoy it. And it's time to move on. So thank you for all the love, man. Thank you for 12 years of a great podcast. But everything must come to an end. Appreciate you, man. I want to thank everybody again, every co-host I ever had, J. Lou, Jackie, everybody that's tuned in. Love you guys, but everything must end, man. And I wanted to make sure I did it on the anniversary. So this is exactly 12 years from the day I started. And if you're listening to this live, it's March 31st. If you've caught this in the morning, it's April 1st. April Fools, bitches! I ain't never going nowhere. I'm going to do this podcast for 70 years, you dummies! I ain't going nowhere. Y'all tripping? Hey.
You see this shit?
You see this shit? I ain't going nowhere. April Fools, motherfuckers. April Fools. Look at Chris about to cry. Oh my God, he's ending this show. I meant to do that at the beginning of the show, but I forgot. Just thank y'all for tuning in, man. I definitely appreciate you. We love to have fun here. I'm trying to keep these episodes down to an hour and a half. I don't know how we keep getting 2 hours. I think it's J. Lou.
That nigga knew.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm watching Damsel right now. Like a burger.
Yes. Please do.
So I'm watching Damsel tonight. You guys have a finish.
Check out De'Ara from Detroit. De'Ara from Detroit is good.
I'm gonna have to get BET Plus. You have to negotiate. I'm gonna give you one of my channels. You give me your
I think you might be able to find it on Prime Video too. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I got Prime. I check you. What is it on Prime? What is it called?
De'Ara, Diarra from Detroit.
I don't know if I'm on that. I'm from Detroit, man. You get me some ratchet.
No, it's not ratchet. It's not ratchet. Morris Chestnut is in it. Felicia Rashad is in it.
Everything about that says ratchet. De'Ara from Detroit. Come on, man.
She does have a ratchet neighbor, but it's not ratchet to where it's like ratchet. It's good. It's good.
Oh, now it's not. Now it's not ratchet. All right.
No, it's more of a thriller. It's a thriller.
Oh,
it's a suspense. But it's funny too.
J. Lou said, "Is it a movie or a show?"
It's a series.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna watch Damsel first.
Right.
And I'll get to De'Ara from Detroit. I also got to get to The Gentleman, and I got to get back on Succession. I work too much. I can't watch all this shit. But I'm gonna take some time to myself this April, because this is my birthday month. If you didn't hear me the first 18 times I said it, my birthday is April 17th. I accept gifts, and my cash app is $sign now Numan, if you want to see me. Women do that shit and it be cool. When men do it, it be like, this nigga begging. It don't work for when the ladies do it. But we will be celebrating starting next Friday, and then doing something, and then we going to the cigar lounge in a couple weeks. And so we got some things going on. We're gonna bring in 48 the right way. Yes. I know. You can't believe it. I'm going to be 48. I know. You thought I was going to be 28. I get it. I see the same thing you see when I look in the mirror. I see the same thing. But, you know, here's what it is. Well, let me show y'all what I did to my fucking glasses before we get up out of here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I got the lens in my hand.
Yeah, he got Dwayne Wayne glasses now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do
Now you got a gas station, Joe.
So I got one lens in, one lens out. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love the support. Oh, Burke, I'm doing a cigar lounge. I'm going to Cam Newton's cigar lounge around my birthday. So I won't say y'all what day because I don't want y'all coming in there asking for autographs and shit. I'm definitely doing that. And let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Where's my deck of cards? Okay, yeah. Draw four, draw two, uno. No, not uno. Skip you, reverse you. Wild card, draw four, uno. We out. Make it a motherfucking great week. I hope you get everything you want out of this week and you're not too tired or too lazy to go get it. I wish you all the good shit. Whatever that means to you, go do it, go get it, go be it. I believe in you. Jackie believe in you. J. Lou believe in you. All you gotta do is believe in yourself. Uno, we out. Bitches!